KP here. New recipe today, and here we are. We're going to do pad thai, or pad thai, or pad thai, or pad thai. Every restaurant in this area where I live does it different. Let's get on with it. 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. You're supposed to use palm sugar. I don't have it. I'm going to show you a way how to get around it. Just use your normal brown sugar. We have 3 tablespoons of tamarind paste. You can get that at your local supermarket. Very easy to buy now. Used in a lot of different recipes, and it's a very sour type paste. Alright, I'm going to wash this bowl out with 3 tablespoons of fish sauce. Alright, swirl it around a little bit and put your fish sauce into your pot. We don't have any heat on at the moment, so I'm going to maximise getting that tamarind out of there. Alright, I've done that. Now 2 tablespoons of water. Again, I'm just flushing out that tamarind paste which is stuck to the bowl. In real life you wouldn't do it this way. You would just take it straight out of the jar and put it into your saucepan. But I'm trying to make things look cool for you. Now this is totally optional, this last ingredient. It's not traditionally used, but some restaurants do use it. And I'm adding around about a tablespoon of honey. Once the honey decides to come out of the bottle, and that's about a tablespoon. That's your pad thai sauce. On a low heat, start cooking it through, and all we really need to do is wait for the sugar to dissolve. If the sugar's dissolved, the honey will be incorporated in with the other ingredients, and what we end up with is a slightly sweet and sour type sauce. Check it every now and then, see if it does need a little bit more fish sauce or if it does need a little bit more sugar. But this particular recipe actually worked out pretty right. Normally pad thai you would use prawns, but at the moment they're $30 a kilo, and that's for the raw ones. So I'm going to change it up. I'm not going to use my beloved prawns. I'm actually using chicken mince, $10 a kilo. I've got about 500 grams of chicken mince, and I'm just putting a little bit of sesame oil on top, something that I like to do, and mix it through a little bit. I'm going to let it sit and let that chicken mince take on the sesame oil flavour. Right, we need 1 medium onion, and we're going to quarter cut it. So we cut it in half, just like that, and we start at one end, and we cut thin slices from top to bottom until we get about a quarter of the way through. Then we're going to roll it over and start again, and that is how you do a quarter cut. You end up with a nice slice of onion. It caramelizes up really well like this. A finely chopped onion will get lost and won't give you any texture in your dish at all. So once again, cut to the halfway line, turn it over, start at the small end and work up towards the large end again, and there we go. We have a perfectly quarter cut onion. Very, very simple to do. Alright, in a wok, a little bit of oil, not too much. And what I'm going to do is grab my onion, and we're going to put that into a medium wok, and we want to get just a little bit of colour on that wok. So a little secret that I also like to do when cooking onion, I like to put a little bit of rice wine on top. It gives it the most amazing flavour, and your kitchen will start smelling like a Chinese restaurant just with those 2 ingredients, onion and your Zhaoxing wine. We've got a bit of colour on our onion. We'll take those out and we'll just set those aside. Here's our chicken mince with our sesame oil, and we're just going to put that into our wok, which should still have a little bit of the residual oil from the onion left in it. And don't forget, we've got the sesame oil in there. I'll let the chicken mince sit like a big pancake and just let it cook. This is the way I do it. Medium to high heat, and as the chicken starts to cook through, we can start breaking it up. And this is how you end up with a nice, very varied texture of chicken mince. You'll end up with some big pieces and some little pieces. So we're going to cook that chicken mince through, and we want to cook it all the way through. It's something that in the back of my head I just don't trust chicken, even though I eat a lot of it. Our chicken mince is cooked through. That took about 8 minutes. I probably could have taken it out a little bit earlier, but as I said, I like my chicken mince well done. Right, a little bit of oil in the bottom again, and we're going to put in our egg. And we're just going to let it sit and cook off. You don't need to go too heavy. I do like to stir from the outside towards the inside, especially in this wok and on this hot plate. Each fry pan has its own way of doing things. But what we want to do is basically make a half omelette, half scrambled egg. Get some boiling water going, which of course on a normal stove you would actually have more than one burner, but we're just doing this for viewing purposes only. We're going to boil the water up, and we're going to put our rice noodle in for about 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Let's get this whole thing going. We're putting our already sauteed onions in. We're going to put our chicken mince in, and as you can see, I've got a fairly high heat there, not screaming hot. We're going to put in some carrot, which I've already blanched off. If I'm cooking this in summertime, I would actually use fresh carrot and I'd shred it really fine. But it is what it is. Start stir frying those all together. We're going to put in our egg, which as you can see is halfway between that omelette and scrambled type consistency. And yes, I should use a larger wok. This is the largest wok I have and will work on this particular induction cooktop. We've turned our heat down. I'm putting in some bean sprout. I put in far too many bean sprouts. Probably only use about 100 grams. That is all you really need for this recipe. About 100 grams of bean sprout. And this will give it a nice crunch and a nice freshness. We're going to put in our cooked rice noodle, which is it is a flat noodle, which is traditionally used in a pad thai. And then we just need to stir that noodle through. Now we can finish off with our pad thai sauce that we made earlier. Try and get as much out of that pot as you possibly can. And that pad thai sauce will cost you about 1/3 of what you sometimes find in the supermarket in a packet. It takes 10 minutes to make. Very simple. So we get all of that out. I'm narrating this at the moment and I'm already salivating. The flavour of this meal is just amazing. And there we go. KP's version of pad thai, fat thai, whatever your restaurant is calling it this week. This beautiful Thai meal. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any of my videos. And I will catch you next time.